hope you're having a great day. Welcome back. This is day 9 of my 10-day countdown to turning 70, which is going to happen tomorrow on May the 10th. So y'all, I'm trying to share some life tips, life lessons, something that I have learned in all these 7 decades of being on this earth. But today is going to be a pretty fun one, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so here is life lesson number 9. Y'all, I have done this before, and it's a fun thing to do, and I hope you would consider doing it. Draw a timeline of your life. Write some significant things that maybe even might be life-defining things in your life that you can remember and just think on, and how blessed you've been or hard times you've come through, whatever. Just reflect. But what I did this time, and I just did it this week, was I wrote down the decades I've been alive, and from each decade, I came up with one and sometimes 2 things that were either life-altering, that were life-defining moments, or maybe rough patches I got through. So I'm going to share with you a little bit about what I came up with. So y'all, I was born in 1954. In the first 10 years, or the first decade of my life, when I was 7 years old, I gave my life to Christ and I became a Christian. The next decade, 10 through 20 years, well, goodness, there's lots of stuff you could put in that time. But the main thing I put in there was I fell in love with the love of my life, and I got married at age 19. So there's that. The next decade, 20 to 30 years, well, that's significant because I had all 3 of my children. I was done, 3 and done at 28. So that's significant. The next decade, 30 to 40, was a little bit tough on me because with the year I turned 30 is when I started having severe rheumatological problems that I've had ever since. And then from 40 to 50 in that decade was the decade that I finally got published. I was a songwriter. I wrote children's music for textbooks and children's music for Christian curriculums and things like that. And I finally got published and had a really nice, lucrative career. And then 50s through 60s, y'all, that was my survival decade. Survival. The main things that stand out, number 1, I lost both of my parents during that time, 3 months apart. That was tough. But the other thing that really rocked my world was when my oldest son went to Iraq during the thick of that war and barely survived death multiple times. And that was really hard for me. And when he got back on American soil, he kissed the ground and I kissed him. And I praise God we got through it. But being honest, that's the decade I learned really how to pray. I thought I knew how till my son's life was on the line every day. All right, 60 to 70 decade, that's the decade that we lost everything financially and we had to start over. It was tough and it's still tough, but I remember that. But through all of these things, y'all, that's my 7 decades. And through all these things, what does it really do? Wow. It lifts me up, it encourages me, and shows me how the faithfulness of God, and also shows me that I'm pretty tough. I came through it with God's help. And here I stand before you today with my Blessed by God for 70 years t-shirt on, and I'm happy to be here. Listen, y'all, I'm done. Y'all be blessed today. Find something to smile about and take a minute and reflect on your life. Okay, y'all, I'll see you next time. Bye now.